my name is Kelly Carlson. I'm a film producer and fashion designer artiste in Los Angeles, California. And I'm currently in production on an extreme sports movie. And I am building a brand called Mermaid Manor to watch how I incorporate my brand into my productions. On each episode, I'm going to take you on a journey of how I'm creating my brand, take you behind the scenes of being a film producer. I'm currently in Los Angeles, California, but we're going to go back to the first day on set where I was wearing this mischief shirt. This episode is about the second day on location in Trademark, Morocco, at the skydiving drop zone. And this day I got to fly the plane. Oh my God, it's happening.
You know how you open the parachute or no?
No.
No? I will show you.
Don't worry, when you jump from plane, okay, you have 1 minute to figure out how you can open your parachute.
Okay, so are you guys going to teach me that real quick?
No, you have to figure it by yourself. Okay?
Good. Ah. Have a nice jump.
Thank you. As producers, we were understanding what kind of shots we need, the dynamics of doing such a complex shoot with extreme athletes, up in the sky, down on the ground, speed, all these different things, fear, all the good stuff. So this is what I was wearing on that day, my Mermaid Manor shirts. This is just the initial stuff. This is what I was wearing when I went up in the plane and I co-piloted it. Yeah. So this is how they determine who's going to be in the plane. And so as you can see here, I'm going to be the co-pilot on this flight. There can't be any more than 14 passengers. So this is how they break up who is going to do one jump or tandems on this board. Pretty cool. I secretly want to be a pilot, but I'm going to stick to my life on the ground for a while because that's wild. You can see what he said about me here. How do you think I am as a pilot?
Good. You have some work to do and training more, but it was good.
Thanks for taking me up, pilot.
Yeah,
Captain. Okay. And you'll also see throughout filming for a couple of days there, I had made all of these Mermaid Manor hats with my logo on it for the crew, the boys. I'm the only chick on this production. But it's so much fun. I can't even believe that I get the opportunity to film such a unique and crazy movie, and we're going to be going all over the world, and I'm taking you guys with me. So, on that note, let's go back to Morocco, shoot day 2. So today is on location day 2, and we're at the skydiving drop zone in Trademark. The plane is being fueled back there. And I just went up on the first run, and now Graham is going to go up and film from the back of the plane, them jumping out of it, so we get that shot.
This is step 1.
Are you excited?
Step 1 for the addiction. Oh yeah.
Are you happy?
I am. All you see is joy around here. Everyone's smiling.
Energy.
First time? Yeah. Good. What do I need to know?
Yes, if emergency exit, you jump and you pull this one. Yes.
Great.
Okay. Good.
Emergency exit. I jump and I pull this. Then it's in God's hands.
So let's just talk for a second about how I met the skydiver and how this project came to be, okay? This is a wild one. So I lived in Dubai for a little while as an artist and working on different film projects. I lived in Europe for a little while too, but I'm from Los Angeles. After the pandemic, I was sitting on my couch minding my own business, thinking about what I was going to order on Uber Eats, which was probably a pizza, okay? And I got a phone call, ring, ring. And it was Mr. Anaz Bakali, pro skydiver, all right? And I met him when I was in Dubai, and I was taken aback because when I figured out what he did for a living, he was like, I'm a professional skydiver. And I was like, that's your job? Like, what? But I was curious. So we kept in touch and followed each other on social media. By the way, check out his Instagram. It is fire. He called me and was like, Kelly, I have an idea for a show. And I was like, ooh, what is it? He wants to break 3 world records in one jump. I was like, whoa. He already has 8 world records to date. He's one of the biggest skydivers in the world, okay? Now, initially, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is like relatable or if this would be something that I should even pitch. Because as an executive producer, it's like, how am I going to get the money to do this? But as I started talking to him more and finding out more about how he does what he does and why he does what he does, I realized this documentary film isn't about skydiving. This documentary film is about overcoming fear, doing whatever you want with your life. No questions and no apologies. And pushing yourself to be the best you can be, no matter what. The more I interviewed him, the more I wanted to know. So, on that note, let's go back to Morocco.
Marathon athletes or Olympic athletes come to Nepal to train because high mountains means a bit of lower oxygen level than
So after I got off the phone with him, I thought about it and I was like, who am I going to pitch this to? How is this going to go down? So long story short, I started writing a treatment, and it started as a 6-piece episodic with me hosting because I have experience hosting and following his rigorous journey of training and what he needs to do in order to accomplish this goal. Now, I went out there and I pitched this idea and tried to work with a couple of people that didn't work out, and I was brutally rebuffed. As I said in the first episode, I was rejected over and over again, and I wasn't getting the results I desired, was I? No. So I started researching other movies that have come out that were in extreme sports kind of realms and other documentaries, right? And I came across this movie called The Fastest Woman on Earth on HBO. And I thought it was amazing. I loved the way it was shot. And so I took a stab in the dark and I reached out to those filmmakers. Boom. Got them on the phone, hit them up on Instagram, tracked them down. And I said, listen, this is a wild concept, this TV show. My friend's a pro skydiver who wants to break 3 world records in one jump. I think that you guys are the ones that I should work with on this. And they were like, okay, well, that sounds cool. Let me get some more information. So I emailed them the treatment. It took me forever to write those 6 episodes. I can't even tell you. I cut a trailer with me as the host and all of this footage of Anaz jumping out of planes and flying all over the place. And it was a lot of work just to get the teaser done and just to get the treatment done. So then they got back to me and they were like, look, this is dope. However, we think it should be a documentary film. And now after like the 100th time I had rewritten, that treatment, and after the 100th time I had revised that pitch deck, I was like, great, now I have to do everything all over again. But it was worth it because I knew that they knew more than me. And they have a movie on HBO after all right now, right? I don't. So I decided to meet with them. And long story short, we vibed, we hit it off, and we decided that we were going to make a movie. Yeah. So now I am back in LA, and we are preparing and situating and getting the money together for the next shoot, which should be Seattle and Sweden, coming up in about a month. So we are preparing for that and trying to get brands and brand partnerships and sponsorships lined up for different products that would be suitable in this film. So we're going after all these different kinds of brands, and I've been on the phone all morning doing that. So later today, I will be having meetings about Mermaid Manor, and it is no joke being a film producer and starting a fashion line, okay? It's like all new ideas and stuff that's never been done before. It's putting out fires. It's building sandcastles and having them washed away, and having the persistence and desire to make another one that you know will probably be washed away, okay? But sometimes they stay. So let's get into a little nitty gritty. Now, these are just the basics of Mermaid Manor, right? And to be completely honest, all these colors are wrong. And actually this is right. Yay, which is a really glorious, glorious fabric that took forever for us to pick, okay? I went through like 100 and is really, really nice. But maybe you guys can help me with this. This is my logo, which is the 2 M's standing for Mermaid Manor with 2 tridents. Ariel, Little Mermaid style, and just powerful. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I'm in love. And I have some other ideas for a logo. I've literally been through so many, and it's been so frustrating, I can't even tell you. But maybe you guys can give me some insight in the comments. Or do you like it? You know, I kind of like it when it has a drop shadow of another color. So the struggle is real. And, you know, that isn't it. Let me just tell you this. Initially, I had filed for the trademark, which is very expensive, for the brand to be called Mermaid Mischief, okay? Then you file it and you have to wait. And then the trademark office comes back and says, yes, you can use this, or no, you can't. And if you start selling something that has someone else's, you know, trademark logo over it, you can get sued and all of your efforts can be diminished, destroyed, forgotten. And I ain't going down like that. So I started, you know, time went on and I was like, you know, we're not going to start printing anything for Mermaid Manor or whatever. I'm just going to develop the entire collection, which is very elaborate and I can't show you all that now, but it's good, okay? And so right before I talked to the trademark lawyer about a year later, and I was like, oh, does it look good? Because, you know, I'm developing all of the concepts with the words Mermaid Mischief on it. It's so cute and blah, blah, blah. And he calls me back a year later and he goes, no, you can't do it. And I was like, what? You know, we've already created the entire lookbook, the whole concept. And I was really, really defeated. So then I had to spend more money and come up with a different name that hadn't been trademarked, which is really hard because a lot's already taken. And finally, with help of a very special friend, we came up with Mermaid Manor, which is what my future house will be called and where we all want to live forever, okay? And so I filed Mermaid Manor, paid again, kill me. And I just found out in February that it was approved. So we just started making the samples and it's a process because you have to send things there and back. I can use Mischief, but I can't use Mermaid Mischief, if you dig, okay? So it's Mermaid Manor, and that's what it is. Now, luckily, I could still use those 2 M's, which I like so much. But I'm thinking maybe I want to do something with the logo with skeleton keys or something like that. So it could be like the keys to the manor or whatever. But yeah, so, you know, every week is, you know, taking the necessary steps and actionable steps to make this happen. And then I'm going to create a business plan once I know all of the numbers of the fabrics that we're going to use. And I'm going to go after investors. Scary? You bet. Am I doing it? Oh yeah.